Delighting in the suffering of others does not make you any different from the Trumplicans. Seeing children starve won't feel better because their parents have a Trump flag. Okay, let's talk about this. Where in that video did I say that I wanted innocent people to suffer? Did those kids vote for Trump? I don't think they did. I have people in my family that voted for him, and if I suffer any effects from that, it's going to be because of them. However, if the bad things happen to the Trumplicans, then that is on them. And we can look at them and say, well, you voted for this. I used this analogy earlier, but it got a good response, so I'm going to use it again. Let's say that you have an idiot cousin, and one day that idiot cousin says to you, I'm going to fire a bottle rocket out of my butt. And you explain to that cousin over and over again, no, you definitely should not do that. You're going to burn yourself. It's going to be bad. And then he's like, no, I'm going to put Vaseline on the stick, and it's just going to shoot right out of there. It's going to be so great. Then you see him drop his shorts and he picks up a tub of Vaseline and the bottle rocket. And you're just like, whoa, dude, seriously, don't do this. So then he stops and looks you in the eye and he says, I'm going to do this despite what you say. And you need to stop being such a little bitch about it. So when you eventually get to the hospital and hear that he has third-degree burns all over his ass and scrot, are you allowed to laugh at him then? Because I'm gonna. But if we're going to take this analogy even further, he decided to fire the bottle rocket off inside your house. So now you've got burns and skid marks all over your walls. You're having to deal with this because of his decision. Sure, if the bottle rocket singed the hair of an innocent person in the house, I'm going to have empathy for that person, but not the person who fired the bottle rocket off. Now let's bring this back to the original point. Delighting in the suffering of others doesn't make you any different than Trumplicans. Yes, it absolutely does. Because those people are mean just to be mean. That's their whole shtick. And for those of us who are standing on the sidelines, knowing what's going to inevitably happen, watching it happen, then suddenly those people are all like, how did this happen? This isn't what I voted for. So for those of us that were screaming and yelling at these people for months that they should not do this, and then they suffer, yeah, we can take a little bit of delight in it. Because we on the left tried our best to not let it happen, but it happened anyway. So whenever the bad guys get their comeuppance a little bit, that is what we are going to celebrate. We can't stop the consequences of their actions from happening to us. So when we see these people have third-degree burns all over their asses and scrot, we should at least get the satisfaction of saying, I told you so. Now, will it make the situation any better? Probably not. But the pettiness of it all will at least let us feel a little bit better for a while. And when each day is an embarrassment or miserable, you gotta take your smiles wherever you can get them.